Hello, hello, hello. Test, 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 test. All right, I'm gonna mute my stream, like I always forget to do for like the third year in a row. All right, well, long time no see. Hope everyone's doing all right. We'll wait a few minutes. We'll shoot the shit, catch up, all that stuff. So yeah, I've been kind of AWOL for a little bit. I was moving, and I'm finally in my new place, and I have my computer set up and all that stuff. So fun stuff. Fucking hate moving, but that pesky mailman was too much to bear, and I had to move. Let's see. Yeah, so not a whole lot has happened, right? Like in the grand scheme of things, I mean, a little bit of this has moved, a little bit of that has moved, but nothing like holy shit, like what is happening here, right? So we'll go through and do a brief recap on some of the stuff talked about in the past, specifically with the dollar index. Then we'll go into the total market cap. Then we'll go into some Bitcoin, and then some alts and all that other fun stuff. Also, side note, TradingView added some fun little tools here. So this will make streaming a lot better. This little highlight tool. There's this little guy here. Boom, boom, boom. So that's fun. Yeah. If you haven't updated your TradingView, go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start by looking at the dollar index. The original theory of the dollar index correlation to not only just Bitcoin, but anything denominated in the dollar, like stocks, gold, housing, lumber, you name it. If it's in the dollar index is immediately relevant, because if it's something per dollar, you know, say it's like M&Ms per dollar. Well, if the dollar goes down, then the relative value goes up, right? It's just simple math. And right now we can see quite clearly that the dollar is going down. And these are monthly candles, keep in mind. And when we look at the monthly candles, we see something that if you're a Bitcoin bull, should really perk your ears and widen your eyes. And that's that the Bollinger Bands on the monthly time frame are only starting to expand. So if you look down, if we look down here, let's go ahead and use a highlight tool. Can I make this bigger? Is that possible? Make it darker. Can I make the... No, I was hoping to make like a big fat highlight, but I guess I'll just have to color. But yeah, so if we look down here at the monthly Bollinger Bands, so I'll take the... we'll just look at the Bollinger Band width right now. Bollinger Band width is this little squiggly down here. Oh, I can't use my highlight down there. That's lame. I wanted... What? Get out of here. Are you serious? That's stupid. Okay. Well, if we look down here, imagine I'm highlighting something. The Bollinger Band width is just literally the width of the Bollinger Band. So we see here, as it necks here, and as it expands, we see an expansion of this little oscillator sort of thing. But all it's representing is just the width of the Bollinger Bands. And what we can see is that in the grand scheme of things, this is only starting to move. Like if we look at historical moves, like it's not even like 50% of the way toward its usual expansion. And so that leads us to believe that this move is only just starting, and this is a monthly time frame. So what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? Most likely going to see a sustained markdown, probably something similar to this. At minimum, something similar to this, but in reverse. Something going down here. But either way, if we're looking at this chart from a technical standpoint, both with indicators and just price levels, there's not a whole lot down here. There's not a whole lot of support There's a couple of little things going on here, but most of the major support lies down in here, and that's where I think it ultimately heads. Maybe in the interim we see a little bit of a bounce around here. Maybe it comes down here, boom, takes out these lows, bounces, and then continues down. Something similar to like this, how we see it has these like brief bounces, and then it consolidates, and it bounces, consolidates, boom. Kind of like this like dribbling basketball. Boom, 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 boom. Like that. Sorry, I'm trying to use all the fun little tools here, and now my chart's like a bit of a clusterfuck. But you get the idea. It's the markets don't just move like in straight lines. They tend to move in bursts, and then they'll consolidate or bounce. And it's never really just like this, unless this was an outlier, but for the most part, markets don't really just like boom, consolidate, boom, consolidate. It's usually these little windows of bouncing, and that's most likely what's going to happen here. Is come down here, bounce, boom. So what does that mean? That means that as the dollar devalues, again, everything denominated in the dollar will go up in value. That means Bitcoin will go up in value. That means, crypto as a whole will go up in value. Stocks, gold, everything will go up in value because the value of the dollar relative to those assets is going down. That doesn't, keep in mind, this is a monthly time frame. This is a multi-year outlook. Maybe 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years down the road. So it doesn't say anything about the day-to-day activity of Bitcoin. All that says is that most likely over time, Bitcoin is going to increase in value over the next 1 to 2 years. So it gives us a very strong argument for a sustained 2017-esque bull market. So before I go into actually talk about crypto, do you guys have any questions about the dollar index stuff I was talking about? Because if not, I'll go push right along to the crypto stuff. You can hear my dog walking in the background. All right, no questions? Cool. Easy peasy, right? Nothing terribly new. Let's go ahead and talk about crypto now then. Really, the big takeaway is that we want to see a bearish dollar for a stronger crypto bull market, because that just further adds to our bias. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the total market cap. So the total market cap is quite literally the total market cap. It is the market cap of oh no, I don't have my. So total just equals it's the market cap of Bitcoin plus all alts. Okay, Ether, Litecoin, insert shitcoin here. They all fall into this category of alts. Okay, so the general idea, the theory, and why I specifically look at the total market cap is because I look at crypto as a whole, and if I see a growing crypto market, a growing total market cap, that means capital is entering into the market, and then that lets us know that it is what is considered a risk-on environment. If bullish total, then we are in a risk-on environment. Bullish. There we go. And that's exactly what we see here. Higher highs, higher lows, slamming into support and resistance and just flipping it over and over again. And we can see over the last few weeks, it's just given no fucks, and it's just trudged right along. So this doesn't tell us where our money is best spent, but what it does tell us is that we are looking to buy dips on whatever your coin of choice is, right? All this says to us is that money is entering into the crypto market, and now it is our job to find where specifically the best bang for your buck is. And that could be either Bitcoin or high market cap alts, low market cap alts, shit coins, whatever. And so to gain further insight, we'll go ahead and look at Total 2. Total 2, for those who don't know, is Total 2 is just total minus Bitcoin. So it's literally just the altcoin market cap. And the general idea here, again, is that if Total 2 is expanding, well, that means that our money is probably best spent in alts rather than Bitcoin. Because if we see a relatively stagnant Bitcoin, or maybe it's just kind of slowly going up, but we see an altcoin market cap going up faster, then maybe you can risk on a little bit more on your altcoin portfolio rather than just going, whole hog on Bitcoin. And something that I tweeted about a couple weeks ago was I was a bit concerned about this level with the altcoin market cap. A lot of people took profit here. This was, as we zoom in on the Bitcoin chart in a minute, I'll explain where this wick falls specifically, but we can see it correlates really nicely with this this level here, this zone, and it wicked it like really cleanly there. And much to my surprise, if I'm being honest, it looks like it's slamming into it again, and it wants to continue up rather than being deflected and coming down. I was totally expecting right about this time. I sent the tweet during this candle, and I was like, don't be. I said something along the lines of like, don't be greedy. Remember to take profits and all that other paternal shit. But I was totally expecting to see a deflection here and more of a bleed down to retest this level, and it looks like the market wants nothing to do with this level, and it's more interested in pushing up and potentially flipping this, or just keep on going up, which is really interesting, especially given the context of the dollar. We see this bleeding dollar, right? Especially when we look at the weekly time frame, we see this thing is just poised for another strong leg to the downside right as we're challenging this resistance. So, this is just like as bullish as you could ask for. Obviously, we would want it. What would be a little bit more bullish is to see price above rather than below this level. But god damn, does that look good? Okay. So what's the big takeaway here? The big takeaway is that what's the takeaway, Schmidt? The takeaway is total is bullish, is very bullish, and the dollar is bearish. Remember, bearish dollar equals everything denominated in the dollar going up. Not only is total very bullish, Total 2 is 2. So that's the big takeaway here. This, I love this highlight tool. This is so fun. This is the big takeaway here. If you take anything away from this stream, it's this. The dollar is extremely bearish. Crypto is proving time and time again over the last few weeks that it is just gobbling up people taking profit. It's gobbling up people selling early because everyone's looking to buy this dip. Everyone was late, and I think it's going to punish these people and make them FOMO into the top. And if you're smart and you have a plan, then that's when you take profit. You take profit when people are FOMOing in, not when other people are taking profit. Okay? Any questions before we go into the Bitcoin stiffs? Oh, FYI, on Twitch, it's in sub-only mode? My chat is in sub-only mode? Is that a thing? Subscriber. Oh, you're right. It sure as hell is. Let me fix that. Sorry. Okay, so that's off. Oh, you know what? I think a few weeks ago I meant to make that follower only. Yeah. Gotta pump up them numbers, man. Alright, so it's on. This should be good to go. Follower only chat. Yeah. So if you wanna ask me a question on Twitch, you just gotta give me a follow. I didn't mean to make it a sub. Sorry, guys. Isn't the total market cap deceiving because you can always create new coins? What do you mean? Deceiving in what way? The general idea of looking at total market cap is that I just want to see is capital entering into the crypto market. That's all I care about. So if you see a bullish total market cap, meaning an expansion of capital into the market, that means, you know, that's bullish. But what do you mean deceiving it in what way? Could you look at new USD when you get a chance? Yeah, I generally like to structure my streams like this. I start at a very high level and get more and more specific. So we went through the dollar. Now we're going to market cap trend, then Bitcoin, then alts. So it gets more and more specific. But yeah, we'll get to alts in a few. Okay, are we good? Can we move on? Let's talk about Bitcoin. Okay, so let's talk about Bitcoin. Look at this weekly candle, guys. Look at this thing. If this doesn't get you excited, you're dead inside. Okay? Look at this fucking candle. Are you kidding me? It's a gigantic hammered thing. I forget what it's fucking called. I think it's called a hammer. I don't give a shit. It's bullish. Bullish as shit. What does this tell you? So this tells us that over the last week, bears tried to push this price down and bulls ate their fucking lunch. Look at this thing. So we had this candle as well. Narrow body. This candle. Narrow body. Look at this fucking trend, guys. It's just like, it is just evaporating bears. And a ton of people took profit right at this level here, which was a logical level to take profit, mind you. Like, I took profit there as well. This level was the level to take profit because this was like right below the all-time high. On some exchanges, it did make an all-time high. Did it make a new all-time high on Coinbase? I think it did. Yeah, it made it. Yeah, it made a new all-time high. I mean, it was a very logical level to take profit, but holy shit, the bulls just ate it up. You know, I think a lot of people were expecting a candle like this, where it's just a huge wide body profit taking candle, and that is not what we see. We see a very narrow spread, an ultra narrow body, and dude, this just looks incredible. this looks like it's about to blow through the top of this price level. I would not want to be a bear right now. When we look at the monthly time frame, same deal, right? I mean, we still got half the damn month, so take that with a grain of salt. We'll stick to the weekly and the daily, but I'm not trying to be like fucking moon boy over here, but guys, this is incredibly bullish. Okay. And when we look at the daily like cloud metrics, for example, the metrics that I like to use on the trend, man, get rid of this. This is as bullish as you could ask for. The price is coming down and retesting the Kijun. It's back above the Tenkan. This is the most bullish of bull trend setups you could ask for, and it's getting all these healthy retests on the cloud anatomy. I mean, this just looks like it's about to it's ready for another leg to the upside. And when we look at it just from a structural standpoint, let's get rid of that now. When we look at it from a structural standpoint, it's slamming into this resistance, this all-time high resistance, this weekly, just to let you guys know, it's this level right here. It's the weekly close. So when we zoom in closer, that's what this is. It's testing it. Get out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now on weaker and weaker rejections. Look how weak the rejections are getting. And the bulls are just sitting in the pocket. They're playing to rope it up. Okay? They're sitting there just eating the shots. And now they're ready to test this level for like the 10,000th time, right? And we look at something like the low time frame, like the 4 hour. That doesn't necessarily mean it's just going to blow right through this. Like I expect maybe like a retest of this guy here, maybe. But we're talking like grand scheme of things. I don't care what happens here. Like I don't care to try to swing trade this or scalp this or whatever you want to call it. I care about the grand scheme of things. I care about what is the big trend doing. The big trend says this shit looks like it's about to blow through the top of the all-time high. That combined with the total market cap, combined with the dollar index, this is, man, I think people that are waiting for a dip are going to be sadly disappointed. It is not often you get to short the all-time high 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. You don't get to do that. It doesn't keep tagging the all-time high because it's like, hey, get the perfect entry. It's tagging the all-time high because it's baiting lazier and lazier bears so that when it blows through the price level, there's going to be a massive round of liquidations. So, I mean, I can't emphasize this enough. This is incredibly bullish on all fronts. In case you didn't catch what I'm trying to say here, this shit is bullish, guys. This is bullish. I'm gonna draw a bull. That's a bull. Oh, it looks more like a pig. That's okay. It can be a pig too. That's a pig. But you get the idea. This is bullish as shit, guys. Don't be a fucking clown. Don't try to get fancy with some stupid shit that you're seeing on Twitter. It's blowing my mind how much dumb shit is on Twitter. There's so many people that are trying to just chill. Just buy it and wait. There's no reason to sell. There's nothing that's going on that's like flashing any sell signals. Like, this is a strong, sustained trend. There is zero trend weakness here. Zero. Yeah, I know it's not a bull. Okay, I tried. Also, this little drawing tool here sucks. It interpolates curves and it's annoying. Any possibility for head and shoulders on the 4 hour? Let's see. Where? I legitimately don't see it. I mean, maybe, but I don't see where there could be a possible head and shoulders there. Tone Vase would say, so this is from Twitch. Tone Vase would say that when you hit a true top or bottom, the market doesn't just sit there and give you time to buy or sell. It's very quick. That's not true at all. That's the whole point of an accumulation range. I mean, unless you're talking about like the absolute high or the absolute low, then yes, that's generally true. Okay. Do you need me to say this again? This is bullish as shit, guys. Be careful. Shorting here, probably not the best idea since it's tagged resistance for the 10 millionth time. Now watch. As soon as I get off the stream, it's just going to shit a whole red candle down to the depths of hell. Okay, can we get off of Bitcoin here? Can we go talk about other exciting stuff? Because Bitcoin's probably one of the most boring. And I'm saying relatively boring compared to the other stuff. Okay, I want to talk about Ether first. Then we'll talk about some other stuff. So Ether's kind of doing this like rising wedge sort of thing. Shown here. You know, this whole thing is like this rising wedge. But I think it's more of a false pattern, because generally with rising wedges, you want to see decreasing volume, not increasing volume. And we're seeing, you know, you could argue it's like flat, if anything, but I'm more inclined to argue that it's increasing. And I'm still targeting my take profit level as this 830 bro here. This guy. That's when we're looking at like a structural level. There's nothing really going on in here. There's no reason to really pivot here. And I think this probably breaks out of the top of this, and from here we can reassess. But historically, crypto has not done well in January, especially after it's had like a really strong run. So I'm kind of thinking that like we're going to see a breakout going into the end of the month, and maybe like the first week of January. That's when we see some heavy profit taking. But yeah, my eye is still set on this 830 level. Yeah, it looks really good. When we look at the daily time frame, same story as Bitcoin. Like you don't get a million chances to short the top, and this just looks like a consolidation that's eating up and absorbing sells. So, all right, more questions from Twitch. Let's see. Could you take a look at Ripple? Yes, I will take a look at Ripple. Hey man, just discovered your channel. Great content. Thanks. I appreciate that. XRP has had pretty crazy price action since the snapshot. The spread on the candles within the wedge is larger. Oh, yeah, referring to to Ether. Yeah, so I'm still very bullish on Ether. Ether, especially with this this deal. So Ether is having like this daily cloud breakout for the first time in, you know, a few months. So this very bullish. Definitely don't want to see this come back through the cloud. If it comes back through the cloud, that's going to be a non-starter for me. So really the level to watch is this here, this 0.03 base or 0.0295 ish. Losing this is a non-starter for me. But as long as it's holding here, this looks very bullish, and especially with the weekly picture. which is making this gigantic head and shoulders bottom. Combined with this massive cloud breakout on the weekly, this just screams bulls on parade here. So I would hate to miss this ride because I think it's gonna be a good one. So yeah, that's my take on Ethereum. I'm still, before I take any major profit on my spot, I'm looking for what is it? Another 40% from current price. So I've got a decent sized position on Ether that I'm just sitting on, waiting. Okay, so let's talk about. Are any questions on Ether before we talk about XRP? While I'm waiting for your questions, if you've ever been interested in joining my community, go to bitcoinschmitcoin.com. It's posted in the top right corner of the stream, where it should be. It comes up every now and then, but yeah, it's just a trading group where like-minded individuals get together, discuss the markets. It's probably one of the older trading groups, if I had to guess. It's been around for about 3 years now, more than 3 years now at this point. A lot of really good, solid members. Very, very high signal to noise ratio. Is that the phrase I'm looking for? Not a lot of shit posting. A lot of good content for all markets, really. Crypto, stocks, metals. Yeah, a lot of good seasoned traders in there too. So sometimes it helps to just get a sanity check, you know. In case you're like, man, am I the only one that's seeing this? Well, sometimes it helps to, get another take on the market. So if that's something you're interested, go to bitcoinschmitcoin.com and check that out. Okay. My site is down. What? Not for me. Weird. What is it saying for you when you go there? Can you send me a screenshot on Twitter of what it's showing you? Here, I'll type in my. Yeah, DM me it. We'll figure it out. The fuck? Oh, I might need to update something on the back end. Okay. I see. Okay. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'll check that out then. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about Ripple, and then I'll fuck with the website a little bit later, so we can just plow right through this. So let's so with Ripple's really interesting. So it is notoriously volatile, and it doesn't usually do what you're expecting it to do. And what I mean by that is when we look at something like so if we look at historical trend breakouts, it does a lot of like aggressive fake outs, but the real tops just bleed out. They bleed, right? They usually don't have like typical like range structure where it goes here and it breaks down Doesn't do that. It typically has this like bleeding effect where people will continuously buy the dip. They're like, oh, here's the dip, I'm buying it, and then it goes boom, and they go like, oh, here's a dip, I'm buying it, boom, and oh, here's a dip, and it just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. And it does that on multiple time frames. But what I think Ripple is doing is I think it's more more here than it is here. I think that with the snapshot, so for those who don't know, there was like this this airdrop for Spark token or some stupid shit like that. I don't really care, but there was an airdrop that took a snapshot I'm sorry, on December 12th, something like that. And so the idea is that people bought it and now they're going to sell. But when we look at these like low time frame trends, it looks a little bit more like absorption than it does capitulation to me. And when I see it sitting right on this 200 EMA, this is a nice buying opportunity. The 200 EMA tends to be the water line. If you think about someone who's like drowning underwater, that's the water line. And as long as it's trending above the 200 EMA, that is still a bullish condition for me. But what's going to be a no-go is if it starts closing below here, because there's not a whole lot of support and it could get real violent real quick. But as long as it's chilling above the 200 EMA, I'm fine being patient. You know, it's kind of just doing this like I said, it's doing this like bleeding sort of thing where until it eventually bottoms and then it aggressively breaks out. So that's where I'm at with Ripple. So someone is saying if you connect with the HTTP rather than HTTPS, you can pull most of the site. Okay. Fun facts. Okay, so it looks like I need to update my WooCommerce. Okay, we'll do that. I'll do that after the stream. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at Link, because Link is at a really interesting point, and I'm on the verge of just like going all in, like Scrooge McDuck, and just rolling around in Link forever. So let's look at Link through a couple of different lenses. We'll look at it through Link Ether, Link BTC, and then Link USD. So the reason why I'm looking at it through these three lenses is because if I'm bullish on Ether and I'm bullish on Bitcoin, I want to know if my money should be in Link, Ether, or Bitcoin, or USD, obviously. And right now, I really like where Link is sitting on the Ether chart. It's sitting right on this really nice support level. And it's also, if I remember correctly, it's diverging into this. Yeah, it's diverging into the support level. Both in volume and momentum. And when we look at Link Bitcoin, we see a very similar thing. So historically, Link does not break support of this 50 EMA. We see it's bounced off of it a million times, and it usually sends it into a pretty strong reaction if it makes it down that far. And what's really nice is right now on the 3-day, it is diverging like fucking crazy. It is just both on volume and momentum. It has this bleeding sort of thing right into support, and we see that there is I can highlight down there. We see this decreasing volume here along with this divergence, and I feel very comfortable switching some Ether spot and Bitcoin spot into Link because it looks like it's poised to outperform it. Specifically with the Bitcoin pair, I could see this easily returning to the Kijun, which is this level right here. And it doesn't look very far, but this is actually a 50% move, 50 to 60% move. So it could really see some fireworks on the USD pair. If we look at the weekly chart, I really like this because we see these wicks. You know, so if we look at the daily chart, we'll start there. We see it's been confined within this this like ascending channel sort of thing, and it's just kind of been doing its thing, you know, chilling, just going up. But what I like is on the high time frames, we see these are all wicks. These are all wicks, which means that at the lows, it's getting absorbed, and in aggregate, it's being pushed up more and more and more. And now we're kind of coming to this point where, you know, we're testing this this daily resistance level, you know, like right in here. And again, it's similar to Bitcoin. It's testing it for like the 10 millionth time. So unless you're thinking it's going to get deflected off of this, and that this time is going to be the final time that it finally breaks it, I don't really see a reason to bet against Link right now, especially with it looking like it's bottoming against Ether and Bitcoin. So yeah, that's my shtick on Link. I'm still very bullish on Link. Something that will invalidate Link for me, something that will make me a little bit more concerned, is if it starts breaking through this cloud, and more specifically, breaking below this 200 EMA. Because again, like I said before, it's the water line. It's the, you know, the head above water. And if it's, as long as it's above the cloud, it's above the 200 EMA, and we see this bottoming shit on the Ether and Bitcoin pair, I am a buyer here. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Okay. Any questions about Link? Okay. Nice. We'll go ahead and take a look at, for the Missouri gals, we'll look at Litecoin, which has actually been doing pretty well. What the fuck? See, I have not used this chart in a long time. Shit. Gotta clean this up. This is driving me nuts. Okay. Okay, so what's really interesting about Litecoin right now is it's breaking this. You know, depending on how you draw this, you could draw it a bunch of different ways. You could draw it like this. You know, however you want to do it. It's starting to break some downtrends, and it's now starting to make higher highs and higher lows. So, boom, and it's now establishing an uptrend of sorts, and which is good if you're a Litecoin bull, because it's now starting to trend, and it has a very bullish weekly candle, similar to Bitcoin. And what's really nice about Litecoin here is that it's above its resistance. It's actually flipped this resistance. Where it goes from here, I would have this thing targeting from, you know, anywhere between like 130 to 140 or 150, something like that. So about an 80% gain from current price, because right in right in this zone right here, not a whole lot of resistance. You know, it's got some like little choppy shit in here, but it's no like real clean defined horizontals where I can clearly say, you know, the market took a pivot here. What we can say though is that the market's taking clean pivots right on this level here. It was the pivot level here. It was the support during the pre-bear market in 2018. So this seems like the most likely destination for Litecoin, which again is another 80% move from here. All right, someone's requesting track BTC. What the fuck is this? Look at that shakeout. I mean, this thing could potentially get really ugly. I hate these low liquidity coins because of shit like this. Like, what the fuck is that? Are you kidding me? That's not stuff I want to trade. That sounds like shit. All of that. But, I mean, the weekly trend is still intact, but this daily trend and, you know, 3-day trend is looking pretty grim. Because if it moves to this cloud, then downtrend emerges. So new. What pair do you want? USD? Oh, it's on Coinbase. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on, man. I'm not even gonna do this. 4 days? 4 fucking days? Come on, man. Oh, excuse me. 10. Excuse me. I don't trade hourly trends. This isn't something I want to touch with a 10-foot pole. I don't like trading stuff without historic or with long price without a long price history. I don't like this. This isn't something I would personally touch. I just don't see a reason to. Like, there's other shit that has really clean setups. So why would I waste my time with this? It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, maybe it plays out, but it could very easily just plummet through here, and you have no way of like defining invalidation. You have no way of managing risk. I don't see a point. I mean, this literally has a week and a half of price history. Like, this thing is like this is a newborn deer. I mean, it's like it can't even stand up yet. Do I use cloud? Yeah, cloud on Link Ether. Yes. Where is that? Was it here? Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm looking right at it. Yeah, I use cloud on it. Yeah, what I really like about this is how. So this is the Link Ether chart. I like how much space there is between the Tenkan and the Kijun. It represents a really strong disequilibrium in price, and it most likely means a strong mean reversion, which is just a fancy word of saying a retest of the Kijun, which is this sucker right here. And from here, this is a 15% move just to retest the Kijun. Which reminds me, since we're on the subject, you know, even if you don't want to join my trading group, that's fine. I never pressure anyone into doing it. But you know, if you enjoy my content, then give it a like, give it a subscribe. It's free to do, and it helps out. You know, share it on Twitter. all that other fun stuff, you know? Or if you dislike it, give it a thumbs down. That's fine too. You do you, man. But for the love of God, do something. Give me engagement. How about BCH? Let's look at it together. I haven't looked at a BCH chart in a while. BCH. This. So this actually doesn't look that bad. Definitely isn't trending. I mean, obviously, I don't need to tell you that. It's been within this price range for a goddamn decade and a half. But it is within this nice trading range. Where I would want to be a buyer is a break of this, which is a break of 310, 309 and some change. A break in, a close right up here. That's where I would be interested because it's had a really strong level of resistance for so long. For about a year and a half, that's been resistance. So reclaiming that level would be huge, and that would be a change of character. So I see no reason to rush into this because it's not trending yet. I mean, look at the cloud; it's just kind of choppy bullshit. But yeah, I would keep an eye out on this. This is the level to reclaim here. If it reclaims that, then yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's what I expected. It's just been bleeding out its asshole here for its entire life. But that's not to say I can't have its day in the sun. Something like this is a nice bone to chew on. What is, yeah, 100% move. Definitely nothing to thumb your nose at, but um, again, I would wait for that 309 level to break and hold. You guys want to see anything else? Any other requests? Otherwise, we'll get out of here. ADA. Okay. Let's go ADA and then we'll go XMR. Okay. So I don't love this, just because I could easily see this just bouncing and then bouncing and then doing this forever. It's sitting on this structural level here, and it's already realized its bounce. If it breaks this guy, oop, breaks this little fella right here. Or that's not what I meant to draw. Sorry. If it breaks this guy right here, when I say break, I mean a weekly candle closing above that, then I would consider jumping in. But at the moment, I see no reason to rush this position. It's not something that's like, holy shit, this is trending, this is great, this is beautiful. It's like a lot of unknowns here. I don't have any immediate inklings to jump in. You know, it could end up being like a head and shoulders bottom here, which would be cool. Something like that. But again, it's not a realized setup, and the confirmation would be here anyway. So I don't see any reason to rush it, but there's some potential there for sure. But this potential could quite easily just continue to bleed down. So there's no rush here. Let's look at XMR. Damn, XMR bled out a lot. I took profit right around here, and I just literally haven't even looked at it. Wow, it bled all the way back down to the range low, huh? Yeah, so I don't love this actually. I don't like that it tested this level so many times. It finally had a strong breakout, and then it rejected it, and now it's finding resistance here. Yeah, so I don't love this setup, to be honest with you. Especially because if it breaks this current support it's sitting on, and it's tested it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, that is a long way down from here. Where next support is like somewhere around here. I mean, that's a big ass drop. I just don't see a reason to be sitting in XMR at the moment, to be honest with you. Yeah, I did link 20 minutes ago. Oh, now you guys want to throw in the request. Okay. I'll do a couple more and then we'll get out of here. Let's look at Uni. What is the ticker? Is it that? Is this one of those ones that doesn't have a lot of price history? God damn it, guys. Is this really the longest price history? God damn it. Kill me with this stuff. Is that the longest one? Okay, so to the guy who was asking about that chart that had like 2 seconds of price history on it, you were asking about new. This is why I would not want to trade new. Is because right now on new, you could be right here and not even know it. In fact, I remember back in here, people were asking me about this chart and it just continued to bleed out. And it hasn't formed any structural base. It's formed there's just no, like, you're basically playing scratch offs at this point. Like, you have no edge in this market. I mean, you can argue it's starting to bottom, but even that is a dubious claim because look, it hasn't even broken its prior support turn resistance. Maybe if it reclaims this guy as support, then yeah, we can talk. But for right now, like, this is a fucking downtrend. I mean, there's this looks like shit. This is why I don't like to trade these like new listings of coins, because most of the time they're just trash. Okay, we can look at Neo. Let's look at Neo. Neo's an easy one. Ooh. Okay, so this is the kind of oh, that's a 4-hour chart. God damn it. Oh wow, Neo really crapped its pants, didn't it? Oh wait, isn't there another ticker for Neo? Wasn't it like Ant shares or something? What is it? Ant? Fucking Ant shares. What a terrible name. Fucking Ant shares. Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So wait. Oh no, this is what is the ticker? What is the old ticker? Is it still just Neo? No, wasn't it called Ant shares? Yeah, this isn't right. That coin is much older than just this. Let's use Bittrex. Oh, here we go. Thank you. You're the real MVP. Why don't you use charts.cointrader site? Because that sounds like something that's going to give me malware. Why would I do that? I've got TradingView here. But yeah, sorry. Long story short, this looks like shit. Sorry to crush your hopes and dreams, but I don't like rejections of cloud breakouts. That usually means a strong continuation to the downside, and that's what we're seeing here. It was really bullish right in here, and it had so many chances to perform well. It could have even come down here and retested this 50 EMA, and it would have been acceptable. But now this is an unacceptable level, and it's breaking through this 50 EMA to resume the downtrend, and this is not something I like, especially when it got this clear deflection off of a very well-defined level. Maybe this forms a larger trading range in the future, something like that, but this doesn't. It's not a good look. I mean, it did get this nice shakeout here, where it cleared this guy, but again, this is another coin that I don't see a reason to rush into if you're not in it, you know. Oh, formerly ANS. That's what it is. Can't even find that anymore, huh? Whatever. Anyway, that answers your question. All right, let's go ahead and look at Scicoin. I think I have that already. Yeah. So Scicoin is a sleeper. Scicoin's making this beautiful head and shoulders bottom here. If you're not already in Scicoin, there's the level that you want to see recaptured if you're looking for an entry is this guy, which is this is the USD chart, which is 0.00. It's like a fraction of a fucking penny. But yeah, if you don't know anything about Scicoin, I think the project's really cool, and I think this chart is really cool. I love this setup here, especially with this giant shakeout here. But yeah, it's been in 2 years of accumulation, and it's just waiting for the capital to flow in. It looks really similar to library credits. Which just had this monster breakout. But compare this chart to, god damn it. Oh. Why are there so many? There we go. Okay, compare this chart to, boom. So we're somewhere in here. Look at that perfect. Look at that thing. Perfect retest of this. This isn't a coin I personally played, by the way, but someone in my trading group was trading it and brought this to my attention, and I totally slept on it and didn't trade it. But yeah, really, really clean retest. I don't. Did it hit its price target? Oh yeah, it decimated that price target. So stupid. Okay. But yeah, so I'm still bullish on Litecoin to answer your question. Okay. Um, which exchange are you trading these coins? I don't trade on Binance. I trade on Bittrex for like random altcoins. Okay. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm hungry. The sun's going down. Not that that's relevant in any way, but it is a fact. The sun is going down. Um, Once again, you know, even if you don't want to join my trading group, please give it a like, a subscribe, a dislike if you hate me. That works too. But you know, share it, post it, show your mom, make her proud. Show her what you've been up to. She's waiting for your call. She's been waiting for your call. Okay, call your mom. And if you are interested in joining my trading group, go to bitcoinschmitcoin.com once I once I fix the website, and sign up. Other than that, I'll probably do another stream. You know, I was doing like a stream once every week or two, and then I kind of had this like moving fiasco sort of thing happen. So I obviously didn't have my streaming stuff available. So, but yeah, I'll try to post something, especially if we break an all time high again on Bitcoin, then I'll definitely be doing another stream. But otherwise, catch me on Twitter, catch me on the YouTubes, and you guys have a great rest of your week. The weekly candle closes in 2 hours. Stay sharp.